So, this is a quick little reminder video to myself to stay on track. And maybe this can help you too. Staying on track is doing something every day to get to the goals that you want to get to. I tell myself 1% better every day. If I get 1% better each day at one thing, like over time, it accumulates. Say I put in 1% for a year, that's 365% better than I was the year before. And that is crazy to think about. I tell my students this, and I tell my teams this when everybody on the team gives 1% more, and there's 20 of us on the team, that's 20% better. And this applies to life, this applies to your endeavors, what your goals, your future as well. And I keep having to go back because some days I wake up and I don't want to do anything. I really just want to give 1%. And I go back and forth between, well, Josh, you have so much more to give. And 1% isn't enough. You need to be doing 20. You need to be doing exuberant amounts, and you need to be working hard and pulling all-nighters to get what you need to get done. And maybe you can feel the same way. Maybe you can relate too. But I had to come back here after a few days of not even giving 1% to the YouTube channel and tell myself that, hey, you've given 1% in other areas of your life, like your festival goals, your teaching goals, your musician goals. This YouTube goal is just one of the many. And now that I started, I can't quit, which is kind of the fun part about jumping into deep water that you don't know where you're swimming. You can't stop swimming. You got to keep giving. And I'm making this to remind myself and to remind you that 1% better every day over time is going to get you where you need to go. So don't fret. Don't worry if the tank isn't at 100. Give what you can give, and the universe and God will give back to you. I firmly believe that. But if you can give 20, please give 20. You can give 100. Those are some of your best days. Those are your flowing days when you can get into that flow state and max it out to 100. That's great. That's what we shoot for. But it's unrealistic to get to 100 every time. The car doesn't go from 0 to 100 right away. Especially if you're in an old car. It might take a while to get up there, but 1% is better than 0%. Please, 1% better each day. 1% better each day. I can't thank you guys enough for sticking through and seeing oh, what is he gonna say? What's he gonna do next? And honestly, this is just a really cool little video log to come back to in a few years. And trust, when I get the insight, I am going to be here to share it. This 1% insight came to me a few years ago when I was trying to give 110 every time. And somebody told me, well, what if you just give 1%? What does that look like? What does that look like over time? 110% is great, but that's not feasible to stay consistent. And in this market, in this media, in this life, giving consistency and giving repetition after repetition and something new and something new and something outlandish is better over time with consistency than one giant leap of creativity that falls flat on its face. So I am going to take the rest of March Madness with me and say 1% better each day is what I'm aiming for. And by the end of March, hey, maybe we get 30% better. Because there's 30 days. I'm February's leap year. So 30 days, 30% better, 1% better every time you wake up. Every time you wake up. So take that as you go. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. Stay lifted. Stay blessed. Hope to see you soon. Stay part of the 1%. Love you. Peace.